What's happening, traders? What is happening? Oh my gosh, it's Friday. Thank goodness for that. What a week. What a week of some absolute nonsense moves in NQ. We've called it right every day. It's just taken forever to actually come about and set up and do it. So anyone who stayed on stream with me yesterday should have been prepared for the move that we got. Well, we actually got it on stream towards lunch, and then after lunch into close. And if you were able to trade swing, then new all-time highs overnight, which is exactly the expectation, wasn't it? All right, so let's have a look at this daily chart here. Let's think about what we've got. And we remain in healthy uptrend. Here's the old range, breakout range, retest range, held it, breakout, retest RBS, held it, breakout, all-time highs. Do we retest this and find a bid? All right, that's all we're looking for today. Failing under that, we expect a rotation deeper. Pretty simple what we're looking for today on the higher time frame. But the levels to execute from, this is where it gets a little bit messy today because of the tightening of the range and the ATR. All right, turn up the gain. I think I'm all right, thanks, John. I think just turn up your end. We're here every day. Okay, here we go into the hourly. So here's yesterday. This is what we were looking for yesterday. We talked about this pullback off the all-time highs made in Globex in Asia. We sold off yesterday. That was nothing more than a pullback. We held a key level and we have started to push off it. So there's your higher low, and new all-time high. So this is trend continuation, which was the expectation. If you joined me yesterday, we had a few attempts down here, but eventually that played out. And if you're able to hold swing long, you look good. What's the expectation now? Well, we're doing exactly the same thing. This move here is this move here. All right, this is the counter trend leg. We expect, all right, the expectation is to make a new high. Whether we do it or not is a whole other thing, because as we start to zoom out on the hourlies, it's starting to look a bit more iffy. The reason being is every time we're coming up here, it's starting to look a bit frothy. Even though we've got room to expand, it's starting to look a bit frothy, and we're starting to build out a range here. All right, so I'd say somewhat careful of range rotation in this zone. All right, outside of that zone, we can think about failed breakouts and breakouts. Now, where will that happen? Well, if we hold previous day range again, previous day value area high, somewhere in here near where we closed, we've already closed this gap. If we can hold that, expectation will be to try and test the high. We've left a little bit of supply here overnight, so I'd be looking sort of 160s through that into 25 twos and breakout pullback if possible. Otherwise, failed breakout up here back into overnight session range. If we fail previous day value area high, what's the expectation? Probably coming back test further. So if we fail to hold this, maybe there's a move in here. It's going to be very hard to take that short because the best short location is up here right now since we broke away. All right, so if we fail previous day value area high, somewhat cautious in here. Same area yesterday, I said be somewhat cautious underneath here, looking for shorts. All right, because this is a higher time frame level. Remember, this is old all-time highs. Market currently trying to build out liquidity above those old all-time highs. Okay, above the old all-time highs. So that's what we're looking for. If we fail that, let's straighten this up. All right, if we fail, if we make a full rotation and we fail underneath this H1, 24,990, let's call it 25,000, right? If we start seeing heaviness and liquidity build out underneath 25,000, there is a potential rotation for previous week value area high. Right, it's 160 points up for grabs there. And if it really gets heavy, previous week point of control. All right, that is available today only if we break down underneath 25,000. Until then, technically, we're thinking about upside moves and rotational moves. So until then, we're looking for ways to get long, right? We're looking for ways to get long, or if we complete the rotation and come back inside, ways to get long. But remember, we've left, very much like yesterday, we've left some supply up there. But I'd love to see a new all-time high made in New York. We didn't do it yesterday. We haven't done it today. We're just going to have to see. What are some of the things we need to consider? Well, London swept Asia high and now Asia low, something to be aware of. We're coming back into the balanced range of yesterday. Well, we're getting acceptance over it right now, which is value area high. So all the time we're over that, we're thinking about longs. Okay, all the time we're over that. The other stuff is the news. All right, the news is going to be important, or I should say the lack of, right? The news or the lack of news. So that's one thing we've got to look out for, folks. As you all know, the Gov is currently closed, so no non-farm payrolls this morning. They are saying they're working on it. Who knows? You never know if they just drop some piece saying this is what the numbers actually were during the day. It can completely spook the market. All right, who knows? Maybe Trump comes out and says, "Hey, we've got rid of 50% of the staff." We don't know right now. So what does that mean? Slight risk off and hard stops as always. As always, all right. Be very, very careful right now, and think. With this market being in consolidation on the edge, we can see an overreaction very, very quickly. All right, let's move through the lower time frames and some of the other assets. Okay, so moving into here, you can see what we've done overnight. Let's have a look at ES, which is going to look pretty much the same. All right, same thing here. This was the move we played for yesterday. Remember the failed auction underneath, reclaim. ES, really nice. That is a beautiful bullish. Remember, this is bullish continuation pattern and all-time highs hit. All right, since then, we've pulled back to where? PDC. So we have no gap fill. We've filled the gap already coming into open. So I never like this in a market where we're opening at PDC. This is screaming chop for me. So, and leave alone until it proves otherwise, right? We're going to have to see some kind of momentum come in. Let's have a look at the MAG. We'll move to a 5 minute, and you're going to see they look pretty ugly other than one of them today. All right, Apple, again, failing the highs. What a pain this is starting to become. So if we zoom out on Apple, still building out a range here. This reminds me of NVIDIA the last few weeks as well, all right? So failing to break out. It needs a 260 break for all-time highs. Can't do it. Right, need to be a little bit careful here. Obviously, I'm comfortably up from 202s, but if we break this, maybe an auction down and then a reclaim later into earnings. We will see. We will see. This is the strong one today. All right, Amazon gapping up. This is, I think, the only one gapping up right now. So breaking out, this is what we want Apple to do. Amazon's breaking out, looks strong for continuation here, and it can target this level here, 225. And then you're looking at 227s, Amazon. All right, 225, 227s all the time. It's basing over 222. Goog. Slight gap down, but again, internal range here. All right, it's in this is the third day inside this range. So we put a pivot in Wednesday, broke out, pulled back into close. Thursday inside Wednesday, Friday inside 2 days of range. All right, building out liquidity here. Doesn't look great. Would need to find bids on 243, breakout above 247 for continuation there on Goog. Microsoft, same kind of thing. You're going to see this along most of the MAG right now. All right, we are in this sort of uptrend, but we are getting a little bit dangerous after this. This swipe here, failed breakout, traded to the other side of the range, back to the midpoint. It's got to make a decision here, reclaim or roll. I'd say any breakdown under 510s and you're coming back down to the 505s very quickly. So again, not too great inside of a 2 day, or probably more than that. Is this start of the week? When is Monday? Monday, yeah, inside Monday's price action still. So Monday, failed Tuesday, breakout Wednesday, failed back Thursday, Friday inside. Not a great look there on Microsoft. NVIDIA, great move yesterday. Remember, we're at all-time highs, breaking out. Strong move since that breakout. Your breakout's down here somewhere, all right, and starting to put in the higher highs and higher lows. It might need some consolidation. It might need a deeper move back soon. Remember, end of week, might see some profit taking. Tesla, like we talked about yesterday, huge breakout, right? Huge breakout outside of this range here, 51s. Big push, 20 points higher or 30 points higher, failing back inside of the range. If it leaves this as a failed breakout, if it can't find a bid here, where does it come? The bottom side of the range, right? If we leave buyers trapped up here, we will come to the bottom side of the range. So I've got one eye on that. We are gapping up off the lows, but really we've left supply up over 60 right now. So complete mixed bag. Last thing to look at is the VIX. All right, let's zoom out of this on the VIX. You can see we're still building here. Let's go to a 30-minute. All right, still inside this range here. Still no breakout. I've got to have this feeling that VIX is going to get wild. I don't think it's necessarily going to be today, but I don't think we're too long away. We're consolidating in here a long time. I think it's a matter of time until we get like one day where we have huge volatility before coming back down again. It just feels like it's coiling a little bit here in the VIX since the end of August, really. We had one breakout pullback. Yeah, I'm a little cautious here on that VIX. I think we're okay today, but we will see. Let's move this back to the right chart. We got through that a bit quicker. Maybe we can have a quick look at the swings. How's AMD doing? We're looking for AMD to trade into that old gap. Remember, we're swing long AMD. Would love to see it trade into this old gap, get above. Where's this gap? Get above 80s, isn't it? In here somewhere. Yes. 73 to 76, and then a breakout of 87 would be ideal. Let's have a look at Etsy. Fantastic. That's looking good. PayPal. Great. That's looking better now. Need to see PayPal really come and close this gap as well, and then I'll get some profits out. I think that's most of my swings other than Apple. All right, zoom this in a bit. Is that from my overnight profile? What's this little red level? Is that from yesterday? 1 second, folks. Let me just make sure. Nothing there. Not interested in you, mate. All right. So you can see the levels here. If you're interested, if you need to mark them out, I'll leave them up for you to anecdote now. Starting to find a pivot off PDC here. Let's see who's in chat. Let's get through all of this. Hang on, folks. Hang on. Okay, good morning, everyone. Morning, Mike, Jeff, Daily Laugh, Jesse, Chris, Clint, Richard, Troy, Bradley, Brandon, Owen, Inforisk, Mark, Noah, Cat, Calypso, Donna, Dean, John, Raphael, Sergio, Toby, Oani, Firewater, John Dennis. Thank you so much, John Dennis. So kind every week. It's your 20th super on a live. Thank you so much, buddy. Super kind. Danio, Christy, Silem, Willa, Lou, Bart, Marek, JD, One-on-One, Aga, Kevin, JJ, Jacob, Gigi, Otis, Jeff, and Greg. All right, do me a favor, folks. Let's hit that like button nice and early. 120 likes today, and we do a giveaway for Apex as always. So smash that like button nice and early. Share the stream with your mates. We're 45 seconds away from open here. I'm going to be nice and patient at open as always, but I'm watching to see if we reclaim these levels up here. All right, if we're going to fade this and come back to previous day value area high, or if we're going to find a bid down here. And if we find a bid down here for a rotation, or we reclaim this, maybe a new all-time high will be made early on in this session. Otherwise, I'm watching previous day's value. If we down here is the trap level, or if we trade under and we start to reject, then I'm going to look for lower prices once we get down here. All right, so overall, high time frame bullish, but very much like yesterday, we've left those buys at the highs again, rotating off it, and MAG looks a bit weaker today. Here comes the open. Let's see what we get. All right, most of the MAG opening up green other than Apple and Google, which are the weak ones here this morning. And let's see what we get. Nice drive up to VWAP. Not much liquidity on the book. That's one thing we didn't go over. There is some sat down into 100. There was some at 175. He's already left the book. And give you a readout here. Tesla 1.66% up. Nvidia 0.25%. Microsoft 1/3% up. Amazon over 0.5% up. Google about 0.5% down. And Apple 0.85% down. Rejecting VWAP there so far. I'm just going to let this settle down. ES didn't quite make it to VWAP. NQ didn't quite make it to VWAP. We got pretty close. All right, there's the New York Open. Now set 33s. All right, so that's your over under for at least the New York session. Apple in a sell here. Rest of the market looks pretty good. Google trying to close down its gap a little bit. There's the New York Open. So are they going to squeeze now up to VWAP? Yes, into VWAP. I'm not trading anything here yet, folks. We haven't come and tested value yet. We have closed the gap. I just want to let this move around a little bit. See if we get back over those 160s and reclaim lower time frame algo. It's a nice squeeze through that New York Open there. Right, this is the key level for me. Are we going to get acceptance back into the top side of this Globex range right here? Right, do we reject this and slam down into the lows, or are we going to go reclaim this, build out that right shoulder and look for new all-time highs? That's what I'm asking. Those are the two things possible right now. So far, getting stuck here a little bit. We know there are buyers trapped above here right now. What dance do you want to do today, market? What is the dance today? Right, here's the squeeze, 60s. All right, in this for a little bit. Potentially, if we can pull back and pick me up and then reshape this right shoulder. I'm going to get in this a little bit. If we can pull back and build out a right shoulder. I need to see some form of flag or something built out here, not just a sweep. I would need to see some form of liquidity built out here for this move versus this. Otherwise, under here, possible rotation back down to here. So let's wait and see if we can get picked up with some nice liquidity being built out. So far, just a sweep of that, so not convinced yet. I would like to get in this if we can build it out. How many minutes in a week? 3 minutes. Maybe we could wait for this first 5-minute bar and go from there. Bit like yesterday, though. Yesterday I tried to wait for it and 150 point came. All right, it's failing to build this liquidity out where we want at the moment, so no trade yet. Back down to that New York Open. If we fail New York Open and ES starts failing VWAP, we will trade back down to PDC. If we fail that, we'll trade to previous day value area high. If we fail that, we'll trade inside of yesterday's session. So that's what I'm saying. It's a bit iffy. I want to see liquidity be built really up highs, 65 to sort of 50. We want to build liquidity up here in strength to trap more sellers up there. At the moment, not convinced. Book looks a little bit thin here. We have got some news coming as well. What is the news which is coming today? Because there is some coming. PMI should come out, and ISM. We should get those. So 9:45, 10 o'clock. All right, just a small range here this morning. 44 points. Come on, market, please. We'd love a nice Friday. We've had to be so patient with this rubbish this week. So ES is trying to do the move that we want on NQ. It's trying to build liquidity over its VWAP. NQ is looking a bit weaker here. Google starting to sell a little bit more aggressively. Apple's trying to close its gap. So Apple looking better for the upside right now if it can close the gap. Google starting to sell more aggressively. Market out of sync. VIX trading downside right now into its pre-market lows. We're still flat. Done absolutely nothing yet. I want to see it build out if we're going to build that right shoulder. If we're going to fail under New York and really get heavy, then I'm open to the trade to previous day value area high, but it's not ideal. Less than ideal because we've already closed the gap. ES looking pretty good here, how it's building out. Pretty good, I would say. Is the bookmap data gone? Yep. Look at this. Data's gone. Is that the third day in a row? Wow. Unexpected market delay for 2 minutes. What is going on here, bookmap? ES is working. 8 seconds delayed on ES. Let me close this down, see if we can get it back. That is not going to trade blind like that. Let's give that another go. Anyone else having issues? Seems slightly odd. Man, data issues this week. Seems like everyone's having data issues. Tradeify moving to their new system. Lots of people having data issues there. Can't find data. I don't like that, folks. I do not like that. One more attempt here. All right, ES breaking out. Like I said, ES building that right shoulder liquidity. Really, really nice. Looking really, really good. All of the mag now green other than Google. Here we go. Have we got something back on? It looks like we're back. Nice, thank. Well done, bookmap. Or is that just ES? Okay, it is back. Well done, bookmap. Thank goodness for that. Cleaned up its data issue. Okie doke. Right, ES going for previous day high. NQ trying to play catch up. So we're building out that right shoulder now versus New York Open. ES much, much better in this drive. Holding VWAP already looks fantastic. So ES looking really, really good. His previous day high tag on ES. So if you're in this long on ES, you look good. NQ lagging behind, not getting through this red block really yet. We have to see if it's got any juice to do that move or not. Google in a strong sell. The rest of the market looks good for upside here. The rest of the market looks good for upside here. Here goes ES. Can we build out this right shoulder, NQ? Get zoomed in here. Here we go. 60s again. We want to see it build through 60s and squeeze up. Just be careful and mindful. ES has taken previous day high out in the New York session now. Be mindful of that. We have relative weakness in the NQ. What a pain. This is the key level. You can see it was the key level pre-market. All right, this is what we're tagging to. Get over this and build out liquidity. We're going to move higher. Fail here and we get absolutely crushed. My expectation, I'd like to see a new all-time high made in a New York session. We did not do it yesterday. We haven't done it today. I'd like to see it made in the New York session. So I'm looking to see if we can build out some liquidity here to get back to the highs. If we keep chopping in this range and there's not much we can do with it, ES already taking previous day high there. What's the time? 39s. Back to VWAP we go. So no acceptance through the 60s here. Qs did just take out previous day high based on the cash as well. So worth noting that. Divergence to this level here. Qs have already taken it out. I'd like to see new all-time highs made here. I'd like to see this curl and go. I'd like to see us get back above 64s and base above it. If we can't do that, not a lot I can do with this market in this tight range. We're still in 44 points of range this morning. ES has taken out previous day high, now trading towards its Globex high. can afford a pullback. It's been pretty much straight up since that open print this morning. NQ just lagging behind. Google dragging it down. Woeful. Woeful action here. Come on, market, get going. Want to trade this long if we can get going for the all-time high move. Bit extended from the flow zones here as well. Keep failing up here right now. No acceptance above it. This supply level. So we're not getting a close up and above this level. Oh, like ES is. ES, of course you're not going to let me do it. ES has already done this move here. All right, and clean this out. It's already done it. NQ is just getting stuck. ES pulling back to that previous day high now. Does ES find a bid here? If not, if it goes into a failure, NQ will roll heavier because we're the weaker asset. So back to VWAP, back to flow zones we go. There we go. There's the big sell. So this is what I'm saying. Inside range, got to be careful. Back through New York. Let's see if they have follow through. If they don't want to hold this range, is this going to be soaked to go back to the highs, ES back to VWAP, or are we going to see follow through in this session now? I'm open to playing downside to previous day value area high if we're going to see follow through. Cleaning out the lows here. Want to watch if they sell versus New York or if this is just sort of a trap. ES still holding. So the structure on ES much better for upside. Structure on NQ still a bit iffy. Microsoft now going green to red. You'd want to see them sell New York here if they're going to have follow through. Otherwise, it's just a liquidity grab. Left liquidity higher as well. And they're moving the offer. They're lifting the offer as well. Never nice to see. We're looking for a follow through day. Never nice to see. Where's that overnight view up? 84s. Okay. Looking better here. Rejecting New York open so far. You need to see ES get back underneath its VWAP and start to fill back towards its open. Playing this short side. You need to see pops fail. We will need to see. This is the problem right now. We're trapped between Globex. We didn't take previous day high out. ES did. If we're going to see follow through, you want liquidity build out here to here. Bids might come in here. If we fail that, you're trading down to this section. Reclaim New York, and we go back inside this internal range that we've been playing in. Oh, like I said, it feels a bit iffy. All right. I would say your New York open is your over under right now. ES has relative strength. That thing looks really bullish. NQ, it depends if this is a big trap and they reclaim and then build the liquidity. So do they do one of these or do they do this or here? So no base above here, so no trigger long. Look at that hourly, where we an hourly close under lows, under 102s would be very heavy. We've got a spoofer above as well, keeps lifting his offer. And we've got delayed data again, have we? 75 seconds delayed. Well, this is completely useless. Unexpected market data delay. Okay, so we've got to ignore bookmap here. We've got to completely ignore bookmap here. Why is that ruined? That's a whole minute delayed. It's a joke. Yeah, it's a joke. It's like trading blind for me. It is like trading blind. No delays on your end. Well, where are you getting your data from, Jeff? I buy my data directly from Bookmap. All right, do we have news here? This is the 9:45 news. Do they actually drop the news? Has this recovered the delay now? No. Well, it thinks it has. YouTube for Bookmap. Oh, no delay your end and you're on YouTube. This is hilarious. All right, PMI came in 54.2 versus 53.9. Fed talks as well. Oh, book's stagnant. The book is stagnant. Again, I just feel like we're in this market where they do these moves overnight. We come to New York and everyone goes, hey, we don't know what to do with this. And that's where we are. ES looks very bullish by comparison to NQ. NQ just inside of Globex, inside a range stuck between the London low and the Asia low right now. No follow through either side. So we're going to build out more liquidity. What a garbage session so far in a massive, whopping 52 points so far. Apple now gone red to green, which is impressive. Nice to see. Do I go back to sleep? This might be one of the worst Fridays we've had for a while at the moment. Yeah, Bookmap seems to have caught up. Yeah, it looks like it's caught up now, which is good. They've obviously got server issues. Tradeify have had server issues. Everyone's having server issues this week. What a week to have server issues. Okay, have they trapped here now to go back up? This is the same level. Have they now trapped here to go back up? Left those equal highs up there. We still couldn't break out of 66s. All right, so the question is, do we try and build that right shoulder again? It's not like there's huge liquidity up here. It shouldn't struggle so much if it's going to get going, but it's just the London traders. Back to that lower time frame algo and VWAP. What are we doing? Come on, market. Get out of this range. What are we doing? Feel like every day this week it's been like this. It is exhausting to sit and watch this crap. Every high is being made overnight. Every New York session we're getting this crap range. So bad. All right, ES is trying to build over previous day high. NQ cannot even get through it right now. We're not near it. QQQ keeps rejecting it. If QQQ gets back above it and bases above 607.20s, maybe it gets going for all-time highs. Would like to see this squeeze up. It's just every time we get up here, it's failing against like 20 orders. Tiny size and it can't get through. It's pathetic. Morning, Mr. Slim. It's just going to be no trade here today at the moment. This is the question here, because on the hourly, this is the decision point. Right? Either the hourly makes a lower high here and trades lower, or reclaims it and squeezes to all-time highs. Higher time frame suggests that daily would want to squeeze higher right now, but there's no bids flying in this market. No one's turned the buy algo on today. They turned it on overnight and they've turned it off, and it seems like no one's come to play at all so far. So maybe if we get through 65, we see some fireworks of some sort. Come on. Do something. Nothing. Fucking NQ, mate. Worst asset in the world so far for this week. Not seen something trade this badly in a while. So rejecting up there, but no follow through to the downside. We can do absolutely nothing with this. Literally, you can't do anything with this, folks. There's no trade here. We're sideways. Take care, Lou. Yeah, there's no trade here yet. There's nothing. There's no downside. There's no breakout here. There's no fail breakout here. There's no breakdown here. There's just sideways. And ES looks great, and NQ looks like a POS, like it's been looking like all week. All bloody week we've looked like this. And the government shutdown's not helping. The lack of data is not helping. Nothing's helping right now. Trump is not helping. There's just traders don't know what to do. Too much, I don't know what to say. Uneasiness, is that a best way of putting it? Uneasiness. Come on. We'll only get a trigger if we can get through 65s. Yes, looks great. Breaking out, new highs. Trading the worst asset. Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, JD, we've got uncertainty, but we're not going risk off. Make sense of that to me. Make sense of that. I'll tell you why. Because there's no actual data. So no data. Everyone's swing long. They're up 45% on the year. They're like, hey, I'm not selling. You're not giving me a reason to sell. And buyers are going, hey, I'm not buying. We're up 45%. So what do? Nothing. Fantastic. And to top that off, we've got no data to change that narrative. No data to say, hey, we need to go risk on. No data to say, hey, we need to go risk off. Right, let's see if we can get through 65s and make a decision. Fanning around up here for the third time. We should break through 65s here. And we should get, at least a move into previous day high into those 80s. So potentially coming. Here we go. All right, let's see now if we can get up into this. That new highs on ES. Okay, new all-time highs on ES. So ES has just hit the new all-time highs, which we want to do on NQ, but it's unwilling to do it. Remember, we always look for all-time highs to be made in New York session. So ES has done it. Fantastic work, ES. NQ, you are absolute garbage. No base above. Still unable to base above 65s. Unreal. Unreal how bad NQ is at the moment. Just look at the tape. There's no one at home. This might be a go back to bed day, folks. There is no one at home here. No base over 65. Back into range we go. No, I guarantee you no breakdown underneath either. We're just going to come down, fail follow through to the downside as well. We're going to play in a 50-point range today, are we? 50-point range so far is all we're going to get. Back to that New York Open. Are you kidding me? Back to the low side. This is New York Open. Please, just follow through somewhere. I don't care which way. Please. Please, just give follow through somewhere. Come to the other side of the range then and follow through. Where I will not play is in here. Right? Where I'll not play is in here. All right, if we can base over this, great. If we can base under this, I need to be aware of this, but back into the previous day range possible. All right, here's your opening range low now. So can they expand this now? Are they willing to expand the opening range low to come and test previous day value area low? You have relative strength in ES, which is still absorbing on previous day high. Just remember that. Just to make it extra hard for you. We made an all-time high on ES. We are absorbing previous day high. Would we like to see follow through on NQ? Yes, we would absolutely love to see follow through on NQ. But we have to wait and see. We have to get through PDC. Are there big bids below? Here's back to PDC. If they let this go, we're going to trade value area high. If we let that go, okay, I'm interested now. You've got my attention for the first time. So short now. Let's get to previous day high if we can. Don't want a trap down here to trade back inside. If we're going to keep washing, we've got to keep getting aggressive to that previous day high. Don't want it to reclaim orb here. Has to stay heavy. Has to stay heavy or I'm not interested. I do not want to get trapped here if I'm playing for expansion to previous day value area high. Got bids here at the 100. Need those bids to get taken out. Trade down to 93s, 88s, and then maybe if we're lucky we get 63s. And if we go back to value, fantastic. This reclaims, I will take it off. Do not want to close back inside of this range. What have we got left on this candle? Nice. Need to see a reaction here. Need to see follow through here now. Need to see follow through on this candle. Otherwise, I'm reducing size. Nice. This is better. Come and take this 100 player out, please. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, beautiful. Get down to value area high. At least we're getting some expansion here. So looking for a cover into value area high from yesterday. If they don't hold that, then we can look for point of control and back inside previous day's value. Remember, this is where we found bids from yesterday. You need to be careful here, so make sure you're paying yourself. I'm in a see money, take money environment here for sure, so I don't want to get overly bearish yet because high time frame is bullish, but I feel like we've trapped bulls maybe twice now this morning who were not waiting for the breakout retest. I'm going to peel a bit more off here into that Globex level. Really want to see us trade down to 72s. Remember, we're near previous day value area high here. We expect higher time frame buyers to come in here. If they don't come in here, we're going to get follow through in this session to value area low from yesterday. If they come in here, they will save it. ES is back to its VWAP. Nvidia's gone green to red. Well, green to close. So it's closed its gap. Watching that orb, watching PDC, watching ES into VWAP. It's finding a bid here at VWAP. Need follow through on ES. Lots of wicks on ES down at 76 and 75s. It's got to really sell those aggressively if we're going to get big follow through today. Remember, high time frame is up. Yeah, news coming any second now. I've got my stop in place, but we will see. Here we go. So here's value area high, covering one there. Can we get continuation under now towards point of control? Lovely. Let me get one bigger swipe here. It came right into the top of this blue block. So if selling this now, can we get to point of control and value area low? But we're finding a bid here so far. Tagged into it. Can we get continuation? Can we get continuation here? So risking that opening range now, not going to let it come back above that. We're into an old anchor VWAP here. And if we fail point of control, we're going to trade 25.20s. If we fail that, then we've got an old H1 basically down at 24,990. Down here, this white line. All right. If we trade under this, then the trap will live under here or complete failure under these levels. Nice. Want to see expansion. Keep expanding here, please. Keep expanding here, please. Coming into point of control. ES filling its imbalance. Can I get a fill here at 63s? What's that previous week high? 27s. Looking good. Had to be so patient. Well, it felt like so patient. It probably wasn't that patient. It was just to wait for a trade outside of the orb. Okay, here we go. Previous day point of control. Cover one here. And high time frame algo here as well. Expect some reaction here, folks. Still holding in more here. If we can get down to value area low. Here's point of control. Literally tapped it there. You can see they're bidding off it right now. So some shorts are covering into this level as expected. Let me get an anchor view up on it as well. All right, so covering into point of control, still holding runners. I want to see if we get acceptance all the way back down to previous day value area low. So I move this in for you a little bit. All right, so we want to see if we get acceptance. If we reclaim PDC and here, all right, expect to squeeze back up. We built range out here. We're looking for expansion. This is probably a measured move now down to here. If we fail previous day point of control, we trade value. So I'm trying to get a runner down into this. And if we can get beyond that, like, amazing. Come on, market. Lower, 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 lower. Come on. Come on. Tesla red, Nvidia red, Google red. Come on. Let's get through point of control. This is fair value from yesterday, so most of my size is off. I'll re-add in if we build out some form of continuation pattern for lower. Come on. This feels big, but it's still only, what, 40-point move? The ATR has been really poor the last few days. VIX starting to push up. Can we get VIX through PDC up to PDH? That will help us move lower if so. ES finding a bid here, basically at the New York Open so far. So ES is basically pushed up, failed breakout above all-time highs, come back to its opening print. If we trade back under that opening print on ES, then we might start to get heavy because the New York session goes green to red then. All right, so they're bidding off previous day point of control so far. I still think we might trade lower here, but I'm trying not to become too biased. We need to see some form of like liquidity build out to move lower. If they reclaim, the orb and PDC, we will not get that move. You want to see value from yesterday really reject. That's what you'd like to see. Somewhere in here, they have to reject to come lower, or at least to retest. If they don't do that and they turn the boosters on, then everyone who got short late, remember we're short basically from the orb. If they got short into point control, they're going to get trapped. Watching if ES can push up to VWAP and reject it. I want to see some form of bear flag here, basically. We're looking for some form of bear flag into these kind of levels here for a rejection. We will cover some here, and then we'll hold some for a full breakdown. And ideally, this would be amazing. I can get... Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Nice ES. Come on, baby. Let's see that expansion. Let's see an absolute devastating candle come in. Oh, great. Bookmap stopped again. Are you kidding me? 2 minutes. What is wrong with this thing? Okay, I can't trust that. I cannot trust that. Are you kidding me, man? What a day to have it. Hard enough for retail traders as it is, and then we get bullshit like this. Makes sense of that. It's centralized data from the CME. Bookmap, what are you doing? What are you doing? All right, be careful here if they wedge this. Be careful. Remember, we're looking for expansion lower at this point. They might need a second leg higher first, but really we just want this to sell. We just want this to sell. Here comes a retest of this low. Come on, get through POC and just absolutely let it go. Oh, it's annoying. Keep looking there out of habit to see where the bids are, and I can't see any. Absolute POS bookmap. All right, come on. 3 minutes delayed now. Is the ES delayed? ES is okay. I'm just going to watch ES then as try and help with some form of indication. We might need a second leg higher before it moves higher, before it moves lower. If it moves lower, they can protect this as well. And I'm blind here, folks. I'm trading blind. I don't have bookmap, so I can't tell you about the liquidity. I can't see the order flow coming in. Just to warn you here. And it's going to make this much harder for me because I can't see when buyers are aggressively stepping in here. What are you going to do? No data. Can't do anything. Sorry, folks. I'm still in this short. Still in short from Orb. It's completely dead data. 4 minutes delayed. How do they get away with that? How do they get away with that? All right, look, they're lifting the offer on ES. Not a good sign. Want to see sellers come back in ES. ES back to VWAP. Come on, NQ. Just trade downside. This is like the bear flag we're looking for. It might just need a second little push up here. Hopefully not. We're looking for some form of breakdown versus sort of these levels here for a break here, and ideally down to there would be most ideal. You must be covering some in here if you haven't already, and if we can get there, fantastic. All right, here we go, folks. Here we go. We need acceptance through this now. Come on, get through these levels for goodness sake. My stop loss still break even up at Orb right now. Looking to take some on this break. Looking to take some off on this break. Come on. Take these wicks out. Oh, I keep looking here at habit. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Expansion. Wreck everyone. Absolutely wreck everyone. Come on. Come on. It's coming. It's coming. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on. Here we go. All right. Sell. Expansion now, please. No turning back inside. Previous day value area low. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Come on, baby. I know you want to come to me. Come on, baby. I want ES to break down here as well. That will really help us. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come to me. Come to me. Come to me. Come to me. I know you want to. Watching these 50s here. I can't see it on the book, but I'm imagining that there's whole numbers and 50s here. Let's go, baby. All right, taking a little piece off into 50s. I'm just trying to play what I think will be happening. They're protecting 50s so far. I want to see follow through down to here, but you know, I'm trying to respect what I think is happening because I'm trading blind right now. I'm trading completely blind right now. Okay. Be careful here if they trap and reclaim. ES did not break down there, so we made a new low there on NQ. Let's see if we've got any data back yet. 61, still no data back. It doesn't even know it's delayed now. It's just... joke, man. Try one more time. Dang, man. Let's see. Yeah, the Ray Charles indicator. Quite like that. Okay, we're going to have to do this, folks. I hate doing this, but this is what we're going to have to do. That will be delayed, significantly delayed. It's YouTube, but it's the only way I can have something. At least we can see something going on. All right. ES looks has relative strength here. What are these levels below? 25. All right, ES has relative strength pushing up. We need to see if ES makes a lower high here, and it will need to make a lower low for continuation. NQ's already broke down. Taking my profit now. I'm waiting to see now if we're going to reject value. I'm going to put some volume on here so we can see what's happened in this session now and expand this out. Right, we're building a significant amount of volume down here. This is a bit like yesterday. If we get above this volume and base, right, it squeezes on. You need to see this volume stay heavy, because if this is all sellers, all right, and they get above, the sellers will get forced to get squeezed out, all right? If we get under this, we get continuation. So I'm watching carefully here, because if we get through here, look how thin we were in here. We can come straight back up to this, and then up here wouldn't take too much effort. So we're testing the top side of this little shelf here for now. ES is on an absolute screamer. I need to see if ES reclaims previous day high at this point, I would say. So far, we are rejecting value area low of the session, 90s. Actually trigger, it's also previous day. Wow, I've got this different 93 on here, 96 on here, there or thereabouts. That's probably more accurate because we'd have drawn it on here. So there we go. Okay, let's see if they reject it. If they reject the top side of this volume, we can make new lows. If we reclaim up here, we'll keep going. So watching now. The plays are like a fail break and something like this for a breakdown into value area low. A reclaim of this will offer a squeeze straight back up. Morning, Bella. Hope you're doing good. Here we go. So back to previous day point of control. We need to see acceptance under this now. Built out significant volume here, I'd say right here in 68. So if we can get under this, we're going to look for previous day value area low, previous week high, previous day low, possibly. Underneath previous day low, there is an old H1 wick, which we talked about yesterday, which we did not take out. So currently, we're just building out a huge amount of volume here. See, look at this guy. We're using his book map, and his book map is now giving him order book issues as well. They've clearly got an issue over at Bookmap today. I wonder if that is anything to do with Tradeify. I wonder where they get their data from. All right, so value area low on the session is, remember, currently we're in discount. We're technically in discount on the session. Squeeze through here, we can go straight back upside. ES has relative strength. We are currently on discount on the session. Do not forget that. I'm not going to play this long right now. I still have a bad feeling that this might want some form of continuation lower first. So I'm just trying to be very patient before I play long. Yesterday we played long from this kind of region. Today I'm less interested in that play. I'm less interested in that play at the moment. That can change if we start to build up better structure. The divergence with the ES is pretty significant as well, folks, right now. So they are squeezing through this level. We had just talked about that. Into previous day value area high. ES back to previous day highs here. And we're going to go back to PDC probably and the orb and make a decision from there. If we reclaim that, then I would not rule out all-time highs in this session. Now that we've built volume down here. These levels key, over, under for the session, I'd say. Those are the key levels, over, under for the session. Do they hold this volume? If they don't hold this volume, you know what happens. It'll be a failed break. We just talked about it. If they don't hold this volume, it'll be a failed break. Failed acceptance back into range. I hate not being able to see my levels here. It's really annoying. It is really annoying. Okay, they're trying to bid off this so far. 89s. Just a bit of a dodgy looking shelf. Oh, we've got data back. All right, let's leave this up while we have data then. This is correct, yeah. 118s. We've got data back. That's a good sign. That is a good sign. All right, if they don't protect this shelf, we will move lower. My expectation is if they don't protect this shelf, this will be the failed breakout, we will move lower. If they protect this shelf, we can keep moving higher. Decision time, NQ. And remember, we're saying ES might want to make that lower high. If it makes a lower high and breaks down, it will help NQ move lower. MAG is a little bit of a mess at the moment. Tesla's gone red, 1% or just under 0.87% down on the day. Wait, let this build out. So far, we're rejecting that imbalance that we made here, this thin structure here, which is good. This is indicating we might want to move lower, failed breakout into thin structure. All right, failed breakout into thin structure. If we reject this, we should rotate, and these are your targets down here if we do that move. And QQQ did just reject PDC as well on the cash market. All right, QQQ rejected PDC on the cash market. Here we go. Come on, baby. If we're going to do it, let's do it properly. Let's do it properly. Get through point of control. Do we not want to see bids in this area? Here we go, baby. Come on, let it go, let it go, let it go. ES rejecting PDH. Want ES to sell through VWAP now. Want us to sell through point of control. Big contentious area here. It's where all the volume is. All the volume is here from yesterday and this morning. We've got to get under it if we're going to get continuation. Come on. ES wants to move upside right now. So we got major divergence. How many days in a row are we going to say that? How many days in a row are we going to have this divergence on the tape? Come on, NQ. Looking for this to effectively be the spring and a breakdown here. If we can't do it, then we can't do it. Need to respect it. But I'm looking for this to be a spring or a failed breakout, a sign of strength. Okay, think about this move here. If it plays out, failed breakout, a sign of strength, trade away, inside, outside. That's what I'd like to see right now. And I've got a video coming on that as well. Jesus Christ. The ATR's gone again. What's this size here? And we're back into a 20-point range again. Come on. Nothing worse than that. Right, back to previous day point of control. We want to sell through this. You know what I'm looking for. I've made it very, very clear. I'm going to respect it. If it does not sell through it, I have to respect it. It's 2 days worth of volume down here now, today and yesterday. $50s. Is there guys under 50s? Not right now. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Flush it. Let's go. Watching ES very carefully. It's coming to New York VWAP. Do not want ES to find a bid here. Relative strength in ES. Need VIX to get going as well. Come on, come on, come on. Get back under this. This is the second test. I'm going to have to take a piece off here. I don't want to, but I'm going to have to take a piece off here and respect it. Have to respect it. Looking at the book, and I don't even trust what I'm looking at now. Lost trust in you, Bookmap, after what you've done to me today. Come on. Down. Get your ass down. ES needs to just give it up, and it will really help us. Tesla red. Nvidia's gone green to red. Google's red. Rest of the market's holding up. I'd say on average about just under 0.5% up on Microsoft, Amazon, and Apple. Come on. Stop protecting it. I've already taken a partial here, so I'm trying not to take another. Please, do the right thing. Give me that Wyckoff move. Come on. They're still protecting point of control. They are still protecting point of control right now. It's a big 2-day level. ES still on VWAP. We have not let go of VWAP on ES. Need to be aware of that. Higher time frame can very well bid off this, as they are showing right now. We just traded under this volume and instantly tried to reclaim it. Have a look from yesterday. 9 o'clock. What are we looking on here? That is a big node down here into 50. 50, then 40, then thin. 50, then 40, then thin. 50 is a massive node. Massive node. Oh, well, they're failing so far. Yeah, and it's because of ES. Need ES to get back down. Come on. Oh, can anyone name a more annoying play than NQ this week? I think NQ this week has been absolutely terrible. In the New York session, it's been terrible. ES is ripping. I've got to de-risk here, folks. I have to de-risk here. Taking this off. I have to de-risk here. I have to respect ES. ES is at all-time highs. All right? ES is at all-time highs. I have to de-risk here on NQ. The divergence is too big. Way too big. I wanted the follow through down here. It might show later in the day, but I have to de-risk. We're in high time frame demand. It's not breaking down. I have to respect it. Unfortunately, that's what we have to do. See, I'm not going to get caught in these squeezes if ES is going to go for breakout. Here you go. Oh my God. Thank goodness I took that off. I have to respect the tape. Like I said, it doesn't. When it doesn't do what you want, it is what you have to do. What it's telling you. We talk about this all the time. The range is still only 117 points, folks. All right, back to VWAP. Great. Yes. Is that a new all-time high? No. Missed it by a tick again. So back to VWAP, back to that opening range. Man, are you joking at this point? So we're trading at low of session. ES is trading at high of session. Fridays. You gotta love them. Got no edge now. No edge now because ES didn't take that high, just to make it even harder. Oh, answers on a postcard. You guys tell me. I don't know what we're going to do. We're rejecting previous day value area high, which means technically we're going to trade inside of previous day's value. Old value from yesterday is right here. This is yesterday's value. These are starting to overlap. I want to see acceptance under here down to here. If they don't, they do this move down back to here. So this is contentious moves. 1, 2, maybe we get a failure if we get really lucky. But again, ES is all the way up here, folks. In fact, it's over this. It's over all-time highs. So trying to play the momentum here, and it doesn't want to, well, it basically doesn't want to give us any momentum. Probably why is right up here. We want to build out more high time frame liquidity because it hasn't built out enough in the last week, apparently. Yeah, Dow and RTY are pushing. They are pushing. RTY 1.35% up, YM 0.80% up, and NQ red on the session still. Oh, man. What do we do, folks? What do we do, folks? Initial balance now set. Bidding off point of control. They've built out a huge amount of volume down here. We're back inside of previous day of current day value, but we're not getting acceptance through it. We're underneath PDC. We're underneath the VWAPs. We're at the flow zones. We're in a liquidity build. It's hard for me right now to think about an upside move in this market on NQ when it's not showing me strength through some key levels. Really hard for me to think about that. Yeah, exactly, Coop. Sellers aren't taking control, but I'd say at the moment, neither are buyers. I will join, like, if we start reclaiming, I'll join long, but at the moment, look at the VWAP slope, look at the flow zones, look above, look at the value. It's just, we're not seeing moves of strength. Like, again, this is so much like the last few days. One move, nothing. Let's go back to yesterday. One move, nothing. Day before. The day before was slightly different, in fairness. We got that one. That was nice. But you get the point. There's a lot of like, you get one trade opportunity for like 3 hours, and then you have to wait for the grind and grind and grind and grind and grind and grind. Like yesterday, if you were able to take the longs yesterday, we took these longs yesterday, similar type of play. Difference is we double bottomed and we were long, I think it was here. But look how long you had to wait for this retest. This is pathetic, all right? To get from 37, 100 points, less than 100 points, took 2.5 hours. It's just the volatility is gone. It's gone. The follow through has gone. This is bearish how we're building this out. This is bearish. I know this volume down here is bullish if we're above it, but the way we're building it is bearish. Think about this. This is bearish. Unless we can do a clear break and this move, I do not trust the bullish move in this. This is the problem. I still think there's a chance to trade down here right now, especially if we have failed breakouts on the rest of the market. All right, we're back to volume again here. Yeah, ES swiped it, trading back inside of the initial balance. This is what I mean. My bias is downside until it really proves otherwise on NQ, because it's a weaker asset. But we'll see, folks. We will see. I'm going to get a reload on the coffee, all right? And then I'll be back. I guess technically we can make a higher low here. I'm zoomed out on like the 1 hour and the 5 minute. We can absolutely make high low here versus yesterday's level. But why are we so weak? Why are we so weak? That's the question. What have we got left in this H1? What's that transition? 100 to 110. Yeah, same transition point. All right, folks, we need to get these likes up to 120 to do an Apex giveaway. Remember, Apex right now, 80% sale. New all-time highs here again on ES. And we're trading an asset that just won't move. Oh, God. I'm looking at the board here. I'm like, why aren't I trading gold or YM today? Or RTY? I mean, come on. That's not that great. got to start trading other assets, man. I'm gonna have to start trading other assets. We have to start doing that on stream. We might have to start doing it where at the beginning of the day we're gonna check RTY, YM, ES, NQ, maybe GC, and we're gonna have to start rating them like I used to back in the day, because I cannot continue to get frustrated like this trading an awful asset. Yeah, nice info risk. I'm just gonna have to change. What I'm gonna have to do is make sure I've got some ATMs for each asset, because I can't be trading the same size on each asset, because the risk profile of them all is totally different, as is your P&L per tick. But we're gonna have to start doing that. So we're gonna have to look for relative weakness, relative strength, decide which way we want to trade momentum and start trading it, because otherwise we get caught in this death chop where we get really nice breakaway. Think about this. Really nice. I mean, this, I didn't trade any of this because we had nothing outside. But here, lovely breakaway, lovely continuation, failing to break down. And this is like grind, right? So I'm not convinced about an upside move unless we do one of these. Maybe it grinds all the way back. I mean, look at all week. That's what we've done all bloody week, isn't it? It's not as big as this. Big move, grind, 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 reflush, grind, 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 retest, grind, 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 grind. I mean, it's just god awful. It's god awful. It's even sitting in that long's painful, I would imagine. All right, and maybe we're getting going now. Maybe NQ's woken up. Back to PDC and VWAP. Breaking out here on the ES. New all-time highs on the ES. Lagging behind on the NQ. Nvidia trying to go red to green. Ugh. Exhausting. Basically at the top of a channel right now on NQ as well. So we're going to squeeze all the way back to highs probably and not let us in long now as well, which would be hilarious. All right, rejecting VWAP so far. Why has this moved along for you? Here we go. So into this thin structure, I want to see if we can pull back here and how we act if and when we get back there. Again, I don't fully trust it still. I'm going to be honest. The draw is a new all-time high, but the way we've acted today on NQ is so bloody hard to trust. So hard to trust it. If we do a complete rip back up without giving us an opportunity to get in, I will absolutely scream. Back to PDC. I'm not joining here at PDC when we're rejecting the orb and VWAP. No way. No flipping way, market. Am I doing that? Yes. Oh, I'm just so unconvinced here, folks. I'm going to be honest. I'm really unconvinced in NQ today. Is this going to be one trade where well, how much did I make from that? 40 points. And we're just going to go all the way back. Starting to feel like shorts caught those lows yet again. Same players yesterday, we're just going to grind all the way back up now. You piece of shit. You're not going to let me in. Fucking know it. Fuck this market. There you go. Fucking knew it wouldn't let me in. Oh my god. Happy Friday, NQ. You motherfuck. Honestly, this build out here, I don't know. You're braver than me if you're trading this long. This build out here into thin liquidity, reject, back down. Okay, maybe cheap long there, but your risk profile's massive. Reject, and then just go. And then no come back into here to say, come and pick me up. Of course not. You knew it. The moment it held this, you knew it. You knew, oh, it's just going upside now. It just doesn't give a flying about anything now. Structure out the window, everything out the window. We're going upside now. We just go straight in one direction again, just like we did here. One direction. We're just going to go one direction all the way back up. Of course we are. Makes total sense to trade like this now for the last week. I mean, I can see it happening, but I cannot join. This is the thing. You cannot join if it doesn't set up. What are you supposed to do here? And all we're doing now is probably 50% of the range. Yeah, no thanks. I'm not joining long here. You're a fucking psychopath to join long here at this point. Oh, I try not to be annoyed. I'm so annoyed with this market at the moment. It's the most frustrating thing. It's completely burnt me out this year. For sure. It's been a big move for, what do you say, January, February, March, April, May, and then we've just gone into just an awful market. In September and October so far have been terrible. Maybe afternoon again? Maybe. I'm definitely not sitting here on a Friday afternoon, though. I can tell you that much. My mental capital is completely depleted. Completely depleted to be sitting here on a Friday afternoon and attempting to trade. We're so extended from value now on ES as well. Three more years of this. It's not 3 more years of this. It's not. It's got nothing to do with the president. It's to do with the lack of data right now and the conflicting data. It's to do with the fact that we're up 45% on the year without a healthy pullback. It's to do with the fact that people keep hedging by like taking puts and the market's not ready to go. It's to do with people are not willing to go risk on the indexes because we're up 45%. It's not to do necessarily with the president. The only thing this week that's not helped, and it's not the president's fault, is that we've had the government shutdown. So all the data we would have today, we don't have. You know, it's not so much that. We need the data, guys. We just need the data. We need to get through the tariffs. We need a significant pullback in the market. The market needs to fucking breathe, man. If we don't breathe, we're going to continue this. The only way we're going to breathe is if we get some bad data for a significant pullback. I'm talking like 15%. At the moment, the market has plenty of room for more upside right now. It does have plenty of room for more upside. We've talked about it on the daily. The Bollinger Band's far away now. And this is just a squeeze up market. It's been a squeeze up market for months and months on end now. There's more cash on the sideline than ever before. Just let that sink into your head. There's more cash on the sideline than ever before, but we're still moving up. It is a squeeze up market. Why does that happen? It's because they keep trying to guess the top. Go on YouTube and look how many people are guessing the top. There's one guy in particular who loves to say, I guessed the bottom. I told you it was going to be the bottom. I told you it was going to be the bottom. And we reversed in March. And now I'm telling you it's the top. We've hit this trend line. We've hit this. It's the top. And they say that for 2 or 3 months on end. And then when it eventually happens, he'll forget about all the times he got it wrong. And he'll be like, but I told you it was the top. Yeah, of course you did. If you say it every fucking day, you're going to get it, you know? That's what's blowing this market higher and higher and higher right now. It's exactly what's happening. But for us as day traders, it makes it hard. Like, I don't know, man. You could argue that this is a buy. You can absolutely argue that this is a buy, but maybe. But this, that's tough. For me to action that there is tough. To action here is better, but the move's already happened on all the other markets. So we're going to try and play the weak asset catching up. Easier said than done. I'm not going to tell you who's saying that, but it's a fairly big, significant channel who loves calling tops and bottoms. I'm not betting against this market moving to new lows. I just genuinely don't trust this market at this point. I should be buying this to rotate to highs, but I'm not. I'd rather sit on the sidelines right now. I just don't trust it. I do not trust it. It's got to come back and prove itself to me of value area high. I'm going to build out some liquidity here. And the volume's not particularly good today. Right, this is nice and thick. We can mark this out. All right, this is nice and thick. Let's do it like, let's do it like this. All right, this is thick. There's nothing else. All right, we left this fairly early today. There's nothing else. There is nothing else here of interest. A tiny node here. Yeah, I know, Adrian. We just drew it out like 5 minutes ago. We just drew it out. That's why I said I'm just not willing to long right here. I'm just not willing to do it. The difference between this asset and this asset, oh, this is a beauty. Like how it's built that out. So nice. If this fails, NQ can rotate. Well, we've had one trade for 30, 40 points, and that's it. One. I was closed out of a 50k apex for reaching P&L of 1,320. Is that right? No. There's no reason to do that. Only if like you're in drawdown. I am checking the M5. Yeah, we're filling that in balance. We're hitting VWAP. We're underneath some key levels here. This is what I'm saying. I'm not convinced of this long. I'm just not willing to pull the trigger long here. I know I should be pulling the trigger long on pullbacks here. I'm not willing to. I just feel like we've had 3 drives up. NQ's the weaker asset. Everything else has made an all-time high. I don't really want to get long in the weakest asset trying to play the catch-up. I've got a nasty feeling they're going to let it go. It's just a gut feeling based on how they've built this liquidity. I know it's just a gut feeling, but it's going to stop me taking this long. It feels like something I've seen many, many times. And I'm not going to lose anything by not taking the long. What I'm going to stop myself doing is taking a trade. Maybe it would be profitable, but at the moment, I am unconvinced, right? How we act in this big box that I've done down here is what matters. Let me have a look at the mag here. Tesla, fresh lows. Nvidia, stuck underneath lower time frame algo and PDC. Microsoft pulling back off the highs. Can base at IB high if it wants. Google, trying to curl, right? Washed PDL here. It is trying to curl, Google. Amazon looks weak, trying to hold PDH, but it looks weak. Apple looks good. Really good. The only thing making me happy right now is my swing positions. Let's have a look. Yeah, nice. Could do with PayPal getting going. But yeah, I'm green on Apple, like very green on Apple, green on Amazon, green on AMD, green on OSCR. Nice, 10% up on those now. Nice, that worked out. I think we called that. When did I call that? Hopefully, I remember to put it in. I did on the 1st. All right, I told you guys. Took a starter position on OSCR. So if you didn't know, in flow zones we have a swing channel. Right, don't just trade futures. Well, do trade futures, but we have this swing channel down here for swing investments. Right, so we talk about the stuff that I'm in. So right here you can see starter on OSCR on the 1st. I'm up 10% on that already. And it's a lot of me and Coop in here because this is where we put all our money. Yeah, Tradeify is launching. It's launching Tradeify and Ninja Prop. All right, so they're launching a new platform. I don't have all the details yet, but it's going to be a whole new platform. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a web-based platform. It's basically, they're calling it the Project X Killer. All right, so if you trade on Ninja Trader or Tradeify, you will have access to this platform. It's basically web-based, but you're going to have all of the indicators, all of the level 2 data, all of everything that you like, your bracket orders, everything's going to be on there. Okay, so we did hold this low volume node. We didn't quite get down to test this. This is looking bullish now. Like I said, I should probably be long in this, but I'm not willing to take it. This is the first time today where this is a better move. It's the first time where we've seen a better move here in terms of structural build out. I'm just not willing to take it. There's something in my gut today that doesn't like how NQ is moving. So I'm just going to respect it. Respecting my gut. It's probably the worst thing to do, but I'd rather be small green on the day than give anything back here. Maybe it's an error. Who knows? We're going to find out. Those of you who are long on that previous day, value area high check, though, look pretty good for a rotation right now. You do look good for a rotation. What I'd be wary of is ES building out this liquidity at the highs. You will need a breakout on ES. If ES does not break out, iffy. If ES does not break out, then iffy. It's trying to build out this internal right shoulder for that squeeze. That's what NQ's trying to do here. Again, I'm not in this long, folks. I'm just being honest with you. I should be long in this, but there's something in me that doesn't like the way we're moving today, and I'm just going to respect it. I've had a good week in what's been terrible price action, so I'm going to respect it. You see liquidity here into VWAPs. You got that New York Open above still. Remember, we're not even above the New York Open yet. We're at the opening range. We are just at opening range right now. Let's do a giveaway, folks. Let's get to 120 on the likes and we'll do a giveaway because it's been a boring and poor stream from me. But we had one trade today, one trade only. That's it. That was the trade. And for me, there's been nothing else. I'm going to review afterwards and see why I didn't like this. But I think down here with the data not being on bookmap probably didn't help. And once I get something that sets me off key, you can just tell I'm just like, oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't want to play if I don't like it. That's how it feels at the moment. It's like an ache in my body. Thing is, every dip's being absorbed, and that's what you need to understand. Every dip's being absorbed, so it's doing what it should do if it wants to move higher. It's just in. It is a grind and grind and grind. The one thing I'm aware of, if you look at the volume on ES, look at a 5-minute chart on ES. Look at these 1, 2, 3, 4 bars sideways. All right. If ES does not break out above this, you're going to have trap volume at the highs. If ES fails that and rotates back down to IB high, NQ will struggle to move higher. NQ is the weaker asset today. The hardest long is on the weaker asset. Maybe they turn the boosters on. I don't know. But the hardest long is on the weaker asset. Just struggling. Can I tell you more about the head map? Book map, you mean? It's just level 2. It's a visual representation of level 2. It's a visual representation of level 2. That's all it is. So what you're seeing above, these orders here are passive orders. Those are limit orders. They're sell orders looking to get filled. What you're seeing here on the side is the current order book. These are all orders waiting to get filled. And this is session volume profile. So these are orders that have already been filled. Right, and then you can see what's useful is you can see when we lift or when we chase the market up. It would be useful if we'd had this data all day. And when we lift the orders, right, if they lift, if this disappears and they move up, that seller's saying, hey, we think it's going to come higher. It's letting them through. All right, so I use this to see when sellers are being passive, when they want to let the market through, and when we have big orders come in and they start pushing the market around. So we can have a look today. We're going to have data. So you can see big sell this morning. Lots of buyers trapped up here this morning. So 303 buyers got caught at this high, and then we instantly started selling down. This would be the key point here. Right, that's your pivot, 151 knot. Make sure you can see that. And then we sell aggressively down. Then we lose all data in here, unfortunately, for quite a significant amount of time. It's a useful tool. Today's the first day I think I've ever had it where it stopped working. Kind of odd. So still building that right inverse shoulder to go higher here. That's what the market's trying to do. Do I have an ebook or sit? What's a STH? I don't know. I don't know what you mean there. Sorry, mate. I'm not down with the lingo. I'm not down with the lingo. This market, man. Back in the 20-point range. It's so frustrating. Chop, 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 move. Chop, 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 move. Chop, 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 move. Chop, 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 probably move. Chop, 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 chop. Oh my god. You're a better trader than me if you're willing to put up with this and sit in it, honestly. It's flipping awful. It's absolutely awful to watch. Terrible. Imagine you just bid here. I bid at 09s and I'm now a whole 10 points higher after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes. We've done absolutely flip all. It is shocking. Right, new H1 coming up right here, right now. Do we get a move on the H1? So last H1, big old wick left below. Absorbed right up. That H1 body is 05 to 16. A 10-point body. Oh. Yeah, nice, Richard. Yeah, I mean, for me, there's nothing to do here. I mean, like, should be going upside, but like I said, I'm not going to take it. I'm not willing to take it. I use a chop chop indicator, a chop tube indicator. I like a chop tube. Chop choop. All right. H1 testing the bottom of that body. We're testing the open of the previous H1 here. That whole 10-point range. Book's thin. Look at the book. There's no one here. No one here. Oh my God. Tell you what I have got to do though. I've got to trade my funded ticks with a micro. Let's just do that now. Put that on the right account. And let's just flip that because you have to trade every 5 days or they get rid of it. I'll have to remember that. I need to set some notification to remember that. All right, testing the bottom again of this H1 body. All right, this level here is key, 105. This is the open and close on the bodies of the last few H1s. ES is at the bottom of that shelf. If EF snaps here, NQ is going to roll. Which is why I'm not willing to long at the moment. ES has got a trap to move higher. If it doesn't, it is going to rotate all the way back down to 88s. So it needs to hold this level on ES that it's at. Must hold this level on ES to give NQ a shot of moving higher. If it doesn't, we're going to rotate. You can see that each one is awful. I'll do it on here, haven't I? Each one. Nope. One each. Get rid of all of this for a minute. Right. This is what we're trading in, folks. Just think about this. This is liquidity. Big rejection of high, big rejection of low. This is what we're trading in right now. That is literally from 9, 10, 11. Fake out, fake out. This is it. This is it. Oh. Back to trend. Yeah, exactly. It's really bad. That's what I'm saying. It's really bad. Here you go, H1. The ES failing to hold. It is failing to hold. It's come back to IB high. If we rotate here with it, I would not be surprised to see NQ make a new low on day. I really wouldn't. We made new all-time highs on the ES. We're coming back to this level of liquidity. So you'd expect ES to try and find a bid somewhere around 88. Failing to do that, we go way, way deeper. NQ would get real, real heavy, real, real quick. Real, real heavy, real, real quick. All right, here's IB high on the ES. Oh, man. And NQ still not moved. We got to find something to do on this stream to pass the time because I get so bored. Is there like a game we can play against each other? Is there something we can do? This up a bit. DJ lesson. Unfortunately, I can't do that without being with you physically. I did actually woke up 5 a.m. and had an argument with my publisher this morning. If they're watching, stop being greedy fucks. Stop being corporate greedy fucks. Thanks. Trying to steal money when you're not doing anything. Gross. Said I wasn't going to curse, and I feel like all I've done today is curse. Not doing very good. My work on self is not doing very good, is it? It's pretty pathetic, Alex. Okay, so previous day value area high being tested again here. ES still coming back down into that initial balance. It should find a bid somewhere around here. If it doesn't, we can go full rotation for IB fail to VWAP on the ES. And we're just dangling at the 50% mark or so right now. Guys, I'm banging my head on a brick wall here. banging my head on a brick wall here of how bad this is. Range day, 117 points, but most of it has been tiny little 20-point rotations. Back to the top side of the range. Oh, what? Are we going to go back to the bottom side of the range now? Go on. I dare you, market. Go back to the bottom side of the range and then see if you find a bid there. Jesus. Don't say that. Good. My goodness. My goodness. I need to retrain my brain. Up or down? Place your bets now. What do you reckon, folks? Up or down? Let's say up or down from the price we're at now. From let's call it 120. Up or down from 120 in the next 5 minutes. Let's see. All same price. You guys guess. Up or down? Are we going to close up or down in the next 5 minutes? The next 5-minute bar, is it going to close higher or lower than 120? That's the game we're playing. Because I got no idea right now. Oh. JD says both. Up, 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 down, up, up. Most of you saying up. No, it's where it closes. Doesn't matter what it does. It's where the next 5-minute bar closes. So in 3 minutes' time, does this 5-minute bar close above 120 or below 120? Definitely how. Yeah, once earnings are out of the way, like 100%. Earnings coming later this month, for sure. Up, down, middle. It's Terry says down, watch. I mean, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I literally have got no edge. No edge. We're not in the high time frame alignment. Doesn't want to play ball right now. ES is potentially rejecting its volume, and NQ is still trying to drift higher. So yeah, we're still making higher highs, higher lows. We're not making higher highs though. Most of you thinking's up. Zar says I can't. That's gambling. I mean, I'm not trading it. I'm just asking what you think. I'm not asking you to place a trade. My kind of point is that I have no idea. What I'm not willing to do is get long. I can tell you that much. All right, ES rejecting that volume. I think, does ES hold IB? If it doesn't, we go rotation. If it doesn't, we go rotation. It's got like 40 seconds left to close this candle. Does this close under 120? Real question is, does it close underneath value area high? That's the real question. How long left? 20 seconds left in this candle. Does it close under value area high? That's the real question. Do we get back into this shelf? Do we protect this volume node right here at 108, or do we come all the way back down into 89s? Yes, trying to find a bid in front of initial balance high right now. Might be a 2-leg on ES, and if it recovers it, we'll go higher. So we closed a whole 10 points further down than when we called it. But the 5-minute bar closed basically at the same point as the last 2 5-minute bars. Here we go. Value area high test here. Got lots of liquidity. It can come and clean out here. That's why I did not want to get long. I do not trust this on the long side. Watching ES into IB. Here comes the flush. All right, let's see. Are you going to play ball under value area high, or are you going to retrap here? Like I said, if we let go today, I would not be surprised to see NQ make a new low just based on the liquidity, but it should want to trade back into this volume. But so far, it's fanning around. This level here is key, 108. If it reclaims it, we just go back up again. So internal sweep, left all of this. What do we do here? Still can't close underneath previous day value area high. Still not closing underneath this. So yesterday's value, think about this, is still holding up. We dipped into it, it's still holding up. It wants to do this, but it's so weak it can't do it. ES finding a bid on that IBH so far. Again, no trade. I will consider trades here if they set up, but still no trade. To give you reference, ES has ripped up through all of this and has come back to IB high and is trying to find a bid. That's the difference right now. We're at the midpoint and ES is looking beautiful. What was your bet, Terry? Did you say down? I think you might have said down, actually. I think you were right. Guys, we need 24 more likes here to give away an Apex account. It's not that hard. It's completely free. All you're going to need to do is press like. So all of you lot on stream who haven't pressed like, hit like and we can do a giveaway. It's really that simple. It is that simple. You said down and now the market's saying, well, you, Terry, I'm going to go back up now. There you go. Back upside. Back to 120s. Whee! Does it break out of 120s or does it do a fail breakout of 120s and go back to downside again? Move that in. What's this area here? 90s. So I still don't have the volume on my... So looking to fill this liquidity above by the looks of it. There you go. So some of these guys into 25s getting filled. Four, 62, 64, there we go. 90. I'll move this up a bit. Oh, NQ, are you going to go? Are you going to go? You're going to do nothing. All right, guys, I'll tell you what. You've got 5 minutes to get to 120 and then I'm out of here. I cannot sit here on a Friday and waste any more time in this bullshit. So you got 5 minutes to get me to 120. There's 30 plus of you who have not done it. All you got to do is press that. If you don't do it, we don't do a giveaway and we do it next week. It's that simple. You got 5 minutes. Because I'm bored of sitting here. I will not sit here and keep watching this nonsense. Yeah, like the bidding off here, it makes sense. But I'm just not willing to bid off this. I don't know why, but today I've said it a few times. It should do this, but because we've got relative weakness, I'm just not willing to bid off it today. Yesterday I was willing to bid off it. Today I'm so unconvinced in this market. Hopefully I wake up and like go back to bed or go to the gym and come back later and we're at lows and I'll be like, thank God you didn't bid off that. Yeah, exactly. Fresh. Trade NQ, they said. Great volatility, they said. Yeah. Bored out of your mind is what they what they should have said. Who wants to be bored out of their mind? All right, back to New York Open. Let me have a look at the mag here. All right, Apple doing absolutely nothing. Amazon doing nothing. Google, like we said, trading back off those lows. It's a decent move. Microsoft trying to break out. Nvidia stuck at midpoint. Tesla trying to turn off the lows. I mean, I'm still unconvinced. coming into this session, the weird thing is coming into this session, this is what we were looking for. It was a bullish play off this kind of rotation, but I'm so uninterested at the moment. If we think about coming to this session, remember the first play is always what we're first looking at. Right here. This is what we were looking at. And we're there. I mean, I marked out the 70s. We're there. We actually flushed under it to 50, so 20 points. We're looking for this play. You can see I've drawn it out, the inverse head and shoulders. It's sort of playing out, but it's so lackluster that it's not giving me the confidence in taking it today. And maybe that's a me thing. Maybe it is a me thing, and that's okay. But I'd rather be, safe. I think it's the divergence as well. It's just not helping me. It's not helping me think, yep, we're going. Look at us now. We're now trying to move upside while ES is moving downside. I mean, it's pretty hilarious when you think about it. Take care, Mwalabi. All right, guys, you've got 2 more minutes. All right, we need 13 more likes, and then I'm out of here. I will not sit and do nothing all day long. Eventually it will convince me to do something if I sit here too long. I'd rather get into my weekend and enjoy myself. It feels like it, Scott. It does feel like it. Take care, Raf. Oh! Well, we're trying to protect my capital and my mental capital here. All right, back to this New York Open. Zoom this in a bit. Value area high on the session now. Oh, I don't know, guys. I do not know here. I do not trust it to go all the way back to the highs right now. It's this point here, 116s. That's at the close and view up. This is a massive level down here now, the way they've chopped around. One more minute, guys. You need 9 likes. If you get 9 likes, we do a giveaway. Otherwise, we roll it over to next week. You're singing Nightcrawlers. MK remix, our trader. RIP Nightcrawlers, man. John, good dude. Passed away last month. Way too young. Way too young. Absolute legend. All right, guys. I'm out of here. I'll give you a chance. We tried. We did it yesterday when we didn't reach enough likes. We're not going to do it today. I cannot sit here and watch this grind any longer, folks. I'm really sorry. I want to enjoy my weekend. This is not worth my mental capital. So we will be back Monday. I have got an educational video coming. It needs some editing and stuff. Maybe get it up over the weekend, if not next week. And yeah, I don't know really, given what we're doing here. Before the market opened, my bias was new all-time highs, but every other index has done it and we haven't. So it's just, I'm unconvinced. The question is there profit taking into this weekend, or is it a short squeeze out into the weekend? And if we zoom out, we just have a fail. All we have is a fail breakout of the high and a trade back inside previous day's range. Nothing we can do. For me, anyway. Nothing we can do. All right, team. Big love. And safe trading. If you're gonna play this, like I said, you're braver than me. If you're playing this, this is we think about this 88 to here. Let's call it 30 points, 30 points, 30 points, 30 points, 30 points, probably 60 points, 20 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 points, probably 20 points. 20 points, 20 points, 20 points, 20 points. If it does something like this, maybe you get lucky and eventually it gives you one of those. Maybe. I hope it does it for you. If you've been taking these longs, I've been saying I won't take, but they probably work out. I hope it does it for you. I haven't got the patience. I did this yesterday. I haven't got the patience to do it for another day. Okay, folks. Big love. Have a great weekend. And see you Monday. Take care.